everyone. Happy Friday. It's Meredith, and I am here with a new video. I created a fun journal for Pascal at Millefeuille, which is a lovely digital shop on Etsy. And she has so many beautiful and very different variety of digitals that are just so beautiful for junk journaling. So I decided to create a twine bound journal. So it's open spine on the back and open here in the front. And I just have it enclosed with this little clip that's attached to the back. So you can just take it right off and it doesn't go anywhere, which is kind of nice. Hat tip to Dodie, who has taken over the creative closures, the junk journaling world. And I've been seeing lots of people do this, which I love. It's so fun that we can all share our ideas and creations, and so fun. So I decided to use the envelopes from the Botanical Archives collection. So the front and the back are some beautiful old floral kind of envelope style images. And this is the full size, so it just prints out 2 per page. You can make a tinier journal, if you like, but I just thought the full size was perfect. And I backed the covers onto some vintage green file folders, and which I thought was nice to bring out the, sort of the foliage and everything. So let's hop right in. I have the front is a beautiful little pocket that I created with our embossing plate, and I popped in a nice tall sturdy tag and just backed it with some of the wallpapers. The kits will all be listed below, and this pops out and you can reverse it if you like. So you can have her on the front or her kind of in profile on the front, either way. And just be careful taking it in and out so it doesn't completely explode. And then I just added a little bit of my age tape and some collaging. So that tucks in here. Added a little trim. And then a vintage lace pocket. I think this is my last piece that I've had from Lavish Laces, and it's so pretty. I just love it. And here I popped in a nice little faux envelope from the Quiet Archives kit, I think, or it might be the Antique Documents kit. I used both. So this is some vintage Welsh Bible page I got from Lovely Lotties. That pops in here. All of the backing pages that I did for front and back are either collaged or just partially used from the printouts of either documents or some of the wallpapers and antique fabric samples. So I just kind of sprinkled them throughout, and I sandwiched them over some coffee dyed watercolor paper. It's not cardstock. I didn't want it to be that bulky. Here I just added a couple of little scraps, little Edith Holden page and a little offcut. Here is a lovely page from the vintage fabric samples, and then I added a little bit of Amity Bloom washi. Sorry, my brain's a little slow today. I don't know why. End of the week, I guess. And then the images, all the lady images that I'm using today are from Craft and Cherish Flower Girls. This flips out, and here I have a full-size document and tucked in some vintage Italian dictionary. Super cool. Love the patina on the paper, but this is all nice and blank for secret journaling, and you could tuck many more items in here if you like. So that just pops in here. And then on this page I did another full-size document and folded. So this is an envelope, part of the kit, and I just love the blue. It's so gorgeous. And not seeing a date out. The date was right there, but it doesn't look like it survived the the archives. And it's got this little extra tear in it. I didn't do that. That's part of the scan of the digital. Oh, here we go. March 24th, 1850. So pretty old and beautiful. And then of course I did my own aging on there. So that goes in here. I'm just going to tuck that in for now. And this gorgeous piece is from the wallpapers, and I just think it's so stunning. The colors are unbelievable. I've had this little beautiful doily forever, and I just thought it looked perfect there. It could be a little tuck spot. You could tack it down a little more if you like, but I just thought it was kind of fun right there. Another document page, and then I attached this beautiful girl right here and use some of the wallpaper on the back. So this could be used anywhere in the journal if you want to take it apart. The little velvet trim, that is from the Lavish Laces. And then I just collaged a little bit of the fabric, antique fabric. Here I added this beautiful lace, also from the Lavish Laces. And then this is a vintage check that comes in the Quiet Archives. And so you can print it front and back. And then I just kind of rattied it up a bit, and it just tucks in nicely there. And I think it's so pretty because you can see the back, the signature on the back. This page is collaged, and I had a little scrap of that leftover. I think it's crochet. I don't know if it's considered lace or crochet. And then I had this little stretchy trim for the bottom. Here is another envelope that I reduced by 1/4, so 4 to a page, and it's front and back, although you can't see the back because I attached it to this fabric, and the fabric actually goes onto the other side for a little tab. But in this pocket, I just tucked in this beautiful girl, backed it with some of the wallpaper, and then just a little snippet. And then here is just a nice little blank craft paper size or colored piece for little journaling. And on this side, this is one of the collage papers, and it is from the antique fabric samples. And then this beautiful hexagonal piece of lace is from Emily at Blue Linen Cottage. I think this trim I got from the Fiber Infusions. Excuse me. On here I did another envelope, and can we just take a moment and look at that script? I mean, hello. Just wow. So gorgeous. And the patina was already on the image, and so it's just so stunning. And then, oh, I accidentally printed this upside down, but the penmanship is just fab. So gorgeous. So that just pops on here. And this is so pretty. I just love those soft pinks. So gorgeous. Here on this side, another image from the antique fabric samples. And then I just added a little collaging on the side, and this beautiful girl on the back of some Edith Holden book page. Here I did a little pocket with some of my paint swatches, and then I did a nice collage tag on some of the script, and looks like that didn't glue down very well. I might have to iron that out if I can. But just a nice little chunky tag for in there. And I've had this silver, or I don't know if you call it platinum, scrapbook paper forever, and I've been wanting to use it. I just thought it looked great there with the Tim Holtz frame. And then here I attached a bunch of extras, just nice little scrappy pieces, and then tons of room for journaling here. And on this page I did a little flip out, and this is the antique fabrics with some beautiful script on the bottom, and this tucks over here. So when you take it off, we have this beautiful girl tucked in, and she can go this way, and little coffee dyed action going on there. Oops. And then this whole document folds out. So you've got both sides. And then on the back here, I had just a little bit more of the wallpaper scraps, so I did a little more collaging. And then I decided to mirror the front pocket and do another embossed pocket with the trim and this darling girl. And then just more of that gorgeous gorgeous wallpaper. I literally would do my room in this. It's so pretty. I love teal and blue, and here, same thing. You can have this or this. I just love her. She looks so joyous and happy. So I just thought she would look great right there. And that tucks in here. And then as you can see, this is our little closure, and it just laces through here. And you could totally take it apart and have it come off, and you just use it to wrap around the journal if you want. And then here is that gorgeous image on the back side. So that is my journal, guys. I hope you love it. If you're interested in purchasing, please email me at the link below. And I wish you all a fabulous weekend. Enjoy your new springtime. I know it's Palm Sunday this weekend for those that celebrate. And anyway, thanks so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.